Do you talk to your cat constantly narrating your day, calling their name across the room, filling every silence with sound? Here's what most people don't realize. Your cat isn't ignoring you because they don't love you. They're ignoring you because you never stop talking. And the quieter people in your cat's life, the ones who barely say a word, are often the ones your cat can't stay away from. 1. Your cat isn't antisocial. You're just too loud. You talk to your cat because you love them. You want them to know you're there, that you care, that you see them. That impulse comes from a genuinely good place. But here's the thing, your cat doesn't experience a room full of noise and movement the way you do. They experience it the way their ancestors did on the savannah, as a potential threat assessment running constantly in the background. Cats are hardwired to read their environment for safety signals. And in the wild, loud, unpredictable sounds don't mean friendship. They mean something is wrong. Every time the energy in a room spikes, even with joy, even with love, your cat's nervous system takes note. The quiet person in the room isn't ignoring your cat. They're accidentally sending the one signal your cat trusts most. You can love your cat loudly and still lose the room to the person who sat down and said nothing. Going quieter isn't coldness. It's the deepest form of respect you can offer a creature who has spent thousands of years learning to survive by reading what the noise means. 2. Cats read stillness as safety. Think about how you behave when your cat enters the room. Do you turn toward them? Call their name? Reach out? Most cat owners do. It feels natural. It feels loving. But to your cat, every one of those movements is a data point, and too many data points at once reads as unpredictability. Cats don't bond with loudness. They bond with consistency. And the most consistent signal a body can send is stillness. When you are still, your cat's threat detection system goes quiet. When your cat's threat detection system goes quiet, something else can emerge: curiosity, comfort, the slow decision to come closer. This is why cats at parties always find the one person who isn't trying to pet them. That person isn't more lovable. They're just less of a question mark. The first time you sit completely still and your cat walks across the room to choose you, not because you called them, not because you reached for them, but because you simply were there, you will understand something about trust that no amount of talking could have taught you. 3. The science of the slow blink and why you're probably rushing it. You've heard about the slow blink. You may have even tried it. But most people do it wrong, not because the technique is off, but because of what happens right after. They blink slowly, then lean forward. Or they blink and say something soft. Or they blink and wait with visible hope, holding their breath for a response. And that waiting, that visible need, is exactly what breaks the spell. A study published in Scientific Reports in 2020 found that cats are significantly more likely to approach a human who performs a slow blink sequence than one who maintains a neutral expression. The researchers, based at the University of Sussex, found this held true even with strangers people the cats had never met. The slow blink isn't just a cute trick. It's a genuine cross-species trust signal. But here's what the study couldn't capture. The slow blink only works when you release the outcome. Your cat isn't just reading your eyes. They're reading your whole body. If you blink and then tighten with anticipation, they feel that. The message gets scrambled. Quiet people don't perform the slow blink. They just do it. And then they look away. And that looking away, that willingness to not need anything back, is what your cat has been waiting for. And if you think that's surprising, stay with me until number 6, Because there's one thing quiet people do completely unconsciously that your cat has been responding to this whole time, and once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. 4. Loud voices trigger ancient alarm systems. Here's something that might sting a little. That high, warm, sing-song voice you use when you see your cat, the one that feels like pure love coming out of you, registers in your cat's nervous system as a stimulus that requires evaluation. Not danger, necessarily, but stimulation. And for a cat, stimulation and relaxation cannot exist in the same moment. Research from the University of Tokyo in 2013 showed that cats recognize their owner's voice distinctly. They can pick it out from a stranger's, but recognition and comfort are not the same thing. What the research also showed was that cats respond to tone even more than words. A high-pitched, excited tone activates an alert response, even from someone they love. Every time you soften your voice, drop it lower, slow it down, let the silence between your words breathe, you are speaking directly to your cat's nervous system. You are not just changing your tone. You are telling something ancient and cautious inside them, you are safe here. Nothing is coming. You can rest. 5. Quiet people let cats control the interaction. Most cat owners initiate almost every moment of connection. You pick them up. You start the petting. You decide when playtime begins. And your cat tolerates it, sometimes even enjoys it, but tolerating something and choosing it are very different experiences. Cats have a deep biological need for autonomy. It's not stubbornness. It's not aloofness. It's the signature of a solitary hunter who survived by trusting their own instincts above everything else. When you constantly initiate, you're not just being affectionate, you're inadvertently removing the one thing your cat needs to feel truly safe, the ability to choose. Quiet people don't reach. They arrive, they settle, and they wait. And cats who are exquisitely sensitive to control feel the difference immediately. If this kind of insight is changing the way you see your cat, consider subscribing. There's a lot more of this, the kind of cat psychology that doesn't just explain behavior, but makes you feel like you're meeting your cat for the first time. When you stop chasing your cat's affection and simply make yourself available, something shifts. Their affection stops being something you extract and starts being something they bring to you. That's not a small thing. That's the whole thing. 6. The unconscious signal quiet people send. Here it is, the thing I promised you. And it's almost frustratingly simple. Quiet people, without realizing it, do 3 things that cats interpret as profound safety signals. They breathe slowly. They hold their body in a low, open posture, no tension in the shoulders, no forward lean. And when they do make eye contact with a cat, they break it first. That last one matters enormously. In feline communication, holding eye contact is a dominant signal. It's what cats do when they're deciding whether a confrontation is coming. When a quiet person glances at a cat and then simply looks away back to their book, back to the window, they are communicating something your cat understands at a cellular level. I am not a threat. I am not a demand. I am just here. You don't have to rewire your personality. You don't have to become someone else. You just have to notice the tension you're carrying into the room, in your breath, in your shoulders, in the way your eyes chase your cat, looking for signs of love, and let a little of it go. Your cat has been waiting for that version of you. They already knew it was in there. 7. Your cat already knows who you really are. Maybe you've been worried somewhere underneath everything that your cat doesn't fully trust you, that you've been doing it wrong, that the distance between you is your fault and you don't quite know how to close it. Here's what's true. Your cat is not keeping score. They are not cataloging every time you were too loud, every time you reached for them at the wrong moment, every time the energy in the room was too much and they quietly left. Cats don't hold the past against you. They only ever live in what's happening right now. What your cat is responding to is not your history, it's your presence. The quality of your stillness in this moment, the softness of your voice today. The way you are or aren't making them feel like they have to manage you. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to become a quiet person if that's not who you are. You just have to understand that your cat has been reading you, really reading you, since the moment they met you. The quietest thing in the room isn't the absence of love. It's love that's finally learned how to listen.